So hello, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. Real quick, I just want to show you my website, latricelimited.com. I have an array of different items. I have different little body butters. These are the mini body butters, which are great for on the go. I have sleep and pain essential oil blends, soaps, the gentleman's collection, bath bombs. Everything is homemade, so definitely support me and support the channel. Now let's get into the video. So today we're actually going to be talking about what the Austin School District is doing in terms of giving people better wages for teachers and whatnot, which means that they're also laying off people. So we're going to get right into the video, then I'm going to give my commentary as we go. So it says, right here, it says Austin ISD to cut 632 positions in effort to give more raises. So it says, the Austin Independent School District is eliminating 632 jobs in an effort to give more pay to teachers and help balance its budget. Current teachers and campus staff are not being let go, they explain, but rather roles are being moved around within the district in a process called leveling. The district ensured there hasn't been any teacher layoffs as a result. They told KXAN that 375 of the positions cut are in the central office in various departments, including administration, operations, communications, and academics. All right, so they're saying they're just being moved around or whatever. So these employees will work through June. And it said the district said 257 were at campuses, but emphasized that there were no layoffs connected to these cuts. Instead, the district said it simply didn't fill certain jobs because of enrollment shortages. And it said that we were staffed for 77,000 students, and we only saw 75,000 students actually show up. We staffed for a lot more students than we actually had. So a lot of those additional teachers, we had to move around the different campuses. The district said a majority of the staffing cuts were made by eliminating vacancies throughout the year and through attribution, which includes resignations and retirements. These cuts will allow the district to raise pay for teachers. And it says teachers will get $1,000 increase for base pay and a 2% raise at the midpoint for teachers. Since the salary midpoint is the middle point of the teacher salary range minimum and maximum. It says bus drivers will get a pay increase of a minimum of $21 per hour. Classified staff will now have a minimum base pay of $16 per hour, and it goes on to explain a little bit more. Now, when I first heard this, when I first read about this, I was like, okay, you're leveling out people, you're not necessarily firing, but of people that you are, it's like corporate level administration, which don't you need that kind of stuff, you know, for your public schooling and whatnot? You don't need that many staff for paperwork and operations and stuff like that. Fine. But it kind of had me thinking a little bit in terms of, okay, what is like in medium range? Like what is a cost of living? How much do you need to make in order to live comfortable or comfortably within whatever state you're in? And how much on average are you making? So I have these two articles, and everything I'm going to be linking down below. And I just want to go through a couple little states, and then we could do like a little compare and contrast. And hey, I'm linking down below, like I said, so you could do it for your state, something that maybe I didn't put up here. So we're actually going to go over here. And this is just saying the annual living wage. So it just goes by the different states, and this thing has every state, and they'll just say like, okay, this is how much you would need to make in order to live. I actually want to go down to Texas. Now they're saying in general, this is how much you would need to make, okay? Because I read an article about Austin in general, where they were saying you need to be making around like 80,000. So these are just the state in general, not necessarily a particular, not necessarily like a particular city in there. So just so you know. But yeah, we'll start right at the top, and we'll, you know, go and look and see what it is. So they said Alabama. So you would really need I round up $54,000 to live comfortably and whatnot. And they also tell you, like, for housing, how much that's going to cost and stuff like that. So then I have this one over here. This is the World Population Review. So you could just go to Alabama. So teacher salary, and it says it right there, 52,000. So these are just like the averages, okay? So they're below, okay? You have Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Let's look at California. So they said to live comfortably and whatnot, you need to have around, let's round it up, $98,000, okay? And that's California. We have this one, and the salary is 83, which that shows they're not where they're supposed to be, okay? You have Colorado, which is about 66, and they're at 54. So the point of me showing this to you guys is not just like, oh, look at this, oh, that's interesting. Well, it's to show you guys that teachers, they have and they continue to be underpaid, okay? So teachers help to shape many people, whether it's a first grade teacher, kindergarten, all the way up to high school, okay? They are there to help shape you guys. They're there to help you learn about whatever they're teaching you, whether it's a specific subject, learning how to read, how to write, that kind of stuff, you know. And it's like you look at it and it's like, wow, you don't. So this has different little things. One, underpaid, okay? That's why you see like they have, you know, they're doing strikes, teachers union, stuff like that. I know from my high school, for example, my senior year, the teachers went on strike for, it was a month and a half to 2 months, something like that. And they legit went on strike. It pushed back everything, and, you know, it messed up, because I was in marching band, messed up my marching band and whatnot, because I couldn't go to certain competitions and stuff like that, because we had no one else to bring us there, you know. So it was a huge just cluster, okay? And, you know, there's certain things, you know, because I can say whatever I want about public school, but there's certain things that you need to be learning. There's certain things that you need to be taught. And now you have a person, the educator, who can't teach you because they're like, I can't even, you know, afford my bills. You know, and this is another thing, like with school supplies, you know, if you have a teacher that brings snacks in and whatnot, a lot of this stuff is coming out of their pockets. Crayons, that's their pockets. Extra paper, that's their pockets. You know, so it's a lot of stuff that they're having to purchase themselves. Now you do have some bad apples here and there. I know I've had some bad teachers, but in general, you know, this is just a profession that people just look at and it's like, well, I mean, you're a teacher, you know what I mean? Who cares, you know? But that's the problem, because you're just looking at them like, okay, well, whatever. But hey, I'm here to shape you. I'm here to teach you so that you can go to next grade, so you can advance, you know? So this is a problem that we have. Two, everything is so expensive, you know? You look and you got housing, like the average wage that you're supposed to have or whatever, and you see how expensive this stuff is. Everything is so pricey. Everything, rent is high, you know, and it's like, depending on what area you are, I mean, this stuff is completely not worth it. I've seen it where it's like one bedroom, $1,200 at least. And it's like, that's ridiculous. I've paid $815 for a one bedroom. It was a pretty nice, you know, place. But you're telling me $1,200 for the same thing just because it's in a different area? You know, so this speaks for a lot of different things as well. You know, and I feel like, you know, they could easily pay teachers. And I mean, this is something that's been happening for a while. Just like, you know what, whatever y'all not really that important. Well, if they're not that important, then why does everyone have to go? You know, why do we all have to support this system? Which, as we know, the American school system is really not that good, y'all. Okay, let's just keep it real. So it's like, you're saying, well, you guys are not that valuable, you guys don't really matter that much. Then why are we even doing any of this? You know, you need to be paying people a livable wage. People should not have to get a second job. No one should have to get a second job. You know, especially if your main job is a full-time job. No one should have to get a second job because everyone should have a livable wage no matter what job you're at. But yeah, those are my opinions. Those are my thoughts. I would love to hear yours. And until then.